Hi Taurus, this is your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus, homework family reading. That was not coming out easy for me. This is your homework family reading for Taurus, all Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. I was saying it backwards for me. For July 1st through the 15th. Now I'm going to hit the bell for a minute. I know it can be kind of loud, and I apologize, but that's making sure all of, the good stuff's in the air, not having to carry on to any of that negative energy as I start the reading. And as I start the reading, the very first thing Spirit is saying to me is, in your communication, in your self-expression, you need to be speaking love. And I believe that's for yourself as well as outwardly into the community, but I'm hearing communication, speak love. And I do feel, for some of you, you may really be feeling like you've got a bit of that spiritual flu going on. A little bit of what could be like flu symptoms, but there's really not the flu kind of thing going on. And it's actually moving with the spirituality of where you're going. So if you went to the doctor, they really tell you, like, nothing's wrong. Now, I could be wrong. If you think you're sick, go to the doctor by all means. But the reason I'm feeling that is because they're definitely saying you're going to be dealing with your third eye and your crown opening. But as I started asking, asking about all you Taurus signs. It's just my symbols, the information that they give me for all my chakras, every single one of them just lit up. So I feel like you're going through a calibration. I don't necessarily mean an ascension. You should be going through an ascension, but you may be having difficulty with it. And that actually makes a lot of sense with what's going on in astrology for all of you Tauruses. I feel like you have a whole lot of light around you, a whole lot of light around you. I mean, I haven't felt this for any of the other signs when I've done the reading. Like, it's almost so bright I can't even see, like 5 inches in front of my face. So I feel like you have a whole lot of light around you. So either higher dimensional energies, moving into ascensions, starting to come up, you're getting new calibrations, maybe it's ancestors and whatnot helping you, I don't know, but I mean a whole lot of light, a whole lot of positive energy that's trying to help you through, and I do feel like it's helping you through, like, in some cases, I feel like it's a growth is what they're saying. You're going through a growth. And I feel like it's a growth spurt. You know how, like, children have growth spurts? You may be very tired. You may be very tired, and your vision of what is going on may either be bright but feel like it's far away, or feel clouded because it feels like it's far away. But this has to do with, like I said, this has to do with an ascension for you, calibration for you. It's an illuminating time. But you may be feeling tired because all of this, like I said, with a growth spurt, when children go through a growth spurt, they do a lot of sleeping. They do a lot of sleeping because this is going to help them as they actually go through that growth spurt. So you may be feeling tired in general, but they're saying you need to feel free to express yourself at this time is what Spirit is giving me. They're also giving me, as soon as I asked for Taurus, they gave me a green circle. Now, I almost see everything in green. That's just the way it works for me when I, go into the other dimensions and stuff. Not dimensions. When I start to move on spiritual energy in different realms and whatnot, everything starts out green. And they're showing me it in green because they bring the green to me usually in the physical world, so I get a little confused. So the green could be growth at this moment, but they've been giving me everything else they've been showing me with green, so I'm just stick with it. But in like the journey, they were giving me a green circle, meaning coming full circle. But the circle starts out as a circle and then it turns into a diamond. And the diamond stands for a couple different things. The diamond stands for, I'm sorry, they're interrupting me. There's, like I said, you're going through things, several of you, in all sorts of chakras, because they're hitting the sacral chakra right now, and they're reminding me that this is how you feel. This is how you feel about yourself, your emotional creativity. But that you need to still feel free to express yourself in your communication and your self-expression of your truth while you're speaking love to yourself and the world around you. Okay, at the moment, they're done. But this is what they're giving me. They're giving me the green circle, which means, for me, like come full circle. It's a never-ending circle. It's come full circle. And then it shifts from a circle into a diamond. Now, the diamond for me typically means your four. Your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, and your physical. And with what's going on in astrology, this makes sense for you. So it's come full circle in your four. Find your balance. They said help use your imagination, your vision, and your wisdom of that third eye to help you create that. To find that balance. Stepping out of that third dimension and seeing past just the third dimension. Using that third eye and that crown energy to help you get yourself there is what I feel like I'm being told. Either you're already there or they're helping you figure out how to get you there. The other thing is, and I pulled it, my rune book, because the diamond also speaks to me automatically, looks like a diamond, of Induus. And this may be maybe exactly what helps you to understand part of what I'm saying as well. It is the seed. It is gestation. It is the godding. It is the world of inner experiences, virtue, common sense, family, human warmth. It focuses on the need to go inwards and contemplate. To take the time to figure it out, to think it through, to allow your, and this is more of them talking, to allow your intuition to, bring all of that in and trust in it. It speaks to you of virtues, common sense, family, human warmth. They made me say that all over again. It is stillness, gestation. It is a moment within the process, are all what its issues are dealing with. It indicates the presence of someone who is working with the land or is involved in their own spiritual working. It is, they're reminding me, for many of you, this is, do not misunderstand this is just a moment in the process of what you're going through. It is the revealing the need of the meditation. This is not a time to make a decision without true, proper thought. Inner nourishment. This is all about getting your inner nourishment. Withdraw and allow that inner preparation to separate from the outer world so that you can get that inner nourishment. This is strengthening the inner resources. This is a moment between the different states of consciousness. Achieving internal growth, necessary stasis, benefit from the inner focus. It is energy in order to bring process of containing or energy in order to bring back release for fertile energy. My mouth is just trying to make up words. So it's the process of containing that energy in order to bring back the release that will create the fertile energy. It is the hidden realm itself. It is fertility rites of your own personal inner magic. This is what it stands for. Wait a second. There's also, because I have it in here twice. I know I do. That's not usually the one I speak of. And maybe, like I said, I feel like I'm being told to say it in a couple different ways, and I know that it's in here. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. I swear, I've been using this book for years. I wrote everything in this book, and I swear this stuff just up and disappears, and then it comes back, and then it up and disappears. The book that I copied it from disappeared. I can't even find it. Like, in a store for real, to buy it. I can't find it. Because there's another... I just explained what the rune means, but I know that I had it written in another way, and I swear that it seems like I had it in my notes here. And I just feel like it will be helpful, but if I can't find it, apparently it's not meant to be. Give me just a moment so that I know if I'm right. If so, it's definitely not showing up in this book. Nope. So, but like I said, I'm getting the full circle, and the full circle is green, and then it turns into the diamond, which is, it's speaking of your inner nourishment, but it's speaking of your four becoming one. Your four are your balance. Your four are your one wholeness. And this makes so much sense. They're reminding me again now of the heart chakra. Like I said, I feel like you're going through a calibration. Self-knowing awareness of your own spiritual person is what they were just saying. You're coming into a new self-knowing awareness of who and what your spiritual person is. And coming to understand that on a deeper level. That's what Spirit's given me. So they just came back and put it out there just like that. Alright, so Taurus. First off, when I get into astrology, you have Mars, which is going into Leo on the 1st. Now, you already have Mercury in Mars, and you already have, this. Like I said, this is for July 1st through 15th. You have Mercury already in Mercury already in Leo. Mars will be moving into Leo on the 1st. And you also have Jura, or Jura, however you want to pronounce it, Jura, which is sacrifice and commitment, already in Leo. Now, on the 7th, Mercury goes retrograde. So your communication has been a little bit on the shadow side. It may be being a little bit dark in some aspects until the 7th when it goes retrograde. And I tell everybody, you know, you can't help it. We don't mean to be self-centered. But when Mercury goes retrograde, it's kind of like we can't help it. Our programming got shifted and changed. And our inner communication is only talking to us. So you can't help but to get a little self-centered because you're in overload of communication to yourself. Now, with that being said, until the 7th, that communication may be a little jaded. It may be a little bit of seeing things from a darker aspect, coming from the Leo sign. Now, for you directly, that's your 4th house. This is speaking to you of your 4th house, but it's the Leo sign, and it's your sacral chakra. It's your inner emotional security. It's your real self. It's the resurrection of finding that real self. It's your karmic lessons. It's the home. You can't get away from this, baby. No matter how hard you try, you can't get away from this. It is your personal foundations and the roots that created you to be who and what you are. It's also dealing with your upbringing. It's dealing with the patterns that created those roots. as well. With Mars there, it's going to be speaking to you of your passion, your action, your sacral chakra. It's going to be speaking to you of your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner fire. Your aggression is going to be talking to you about your communication with yourself of the home, of who and what you are, this vessel, as well as the home of life. And it's going to be talking to you about the sacrifice and commitment that it either takes to the home or to the home. So these are definitely conversations that you're going to be feeling over the first half of the month, because this is where it's taking place in your universal fourth house. Now the thing is, it is having a conversation pretty much all of this time with Chiron in Aries, which is your universal 12th house. So the home that's created you to be what you are, the very inner emotional security, is going through an examination of that universal 12th house for you, which is Aries. And Chiron is there, the wounded healer. And this is a brand new beginning. Even though it's your 12th house, it's the universal first house. So it's a brand new cycle, full circle. And it's talking about your subconscious, your hidden self, your unconscious self, your karmic debts, your self-undoing, your bad habits, addictions, and patterns that you've created over time. It's your skeletons in the closets. It's your frustrations that you've kept hidden from yourself and the world. It also deals with prison, government situations, suicide, murder, kidnap, grief, sorrow, secrets. Everything that is, subconscious, everything that is part of that hidden self and unconscious mind. So it's like I said, the skeletons in the closet, what you hide from yourself, because some of that's too hard to heal. And it's talking with the karmic home of who and what you are, as well as the home. So it's definitely seeking healing, because it's speaking to Chiron, which is the freaking wounded healer, and the universal first house, even though it's your 12th. Okay? So this is a conversation that's taking place all month. Alright? Now, you also have, you have the solar eclipse, which is also taking place on the 2nd. The solar eclipse is taking place in Cancer. So it's the sun and the moon, which is both taking place in the very communication house for you, which is your neighbors, your siblings, your short journeys. It's your messaging system, your messaging transportation, such as your rides and how you get places that's like to the store, close store situation, your intellect, your ideas, your trivia, your communication in general, emails, text messages, all of that is having these conversations. And the energy is there for more than just the solar eclipse on the 2nd, but it's the sun and the moon coming together on the 2nd, with that, as that solar eclipse brings the new beginning, the new moon. So it's speaking to your phone calls, your gossip, your delivery systems, and all of that. And it specifically is not getting along with your 8th house. So that communication, it might be having a breakdown with what the rules, the walls, the boundaries are within your relationships. What are the joint finances within these relationships? The joint resources, the joint efforts. Are they joint? Where is the regeneration of these relationships taking place? Or is there regeneration in the relationships? It's anything that a relationship has and its responsibilities. So, I mean, this even can deal with sex in some situations. For a husband and a wife, sex could technically be a responsibility within the relationship. So can having a job. Okay, what are the responsibilities for the relationship? Maybe one person pays the rent, the other person pays the bills. you know, like the cable, the electricity. What are the rules within the relationships? And anything you care about, you have a relationship with. This is not just talking about your children, your family, and your spouses, you know, or your parents. This is also talking about your relationships you have with the outer community. Like, one of your responsibilities to your job is to, you know, show up so that they, like, pay you. Okay, you see what I'm saying? There are responsibilities to every relationship. So the responsibilities within these relationships are not necessarily getting along with that universal fourth house. Something about them are shifting and is making you question the roots of who and what you are, and making the decisions that need to be made, whether it's for yourself or for the relationship. And it should always be, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be selfish and narcissistic, but if you can't love you, especially when we're talking about, you know, your inner emotional security and full circle of self, if you can't love you, then don't expect the relationship to work in the first place. You have to respect you first. And I really feel like this is an energy that you need to understand right now. Venus is also going to be moving into Cancer on the 3rd. So you have Mars moving into Leo the 1st. Then you have the eclipse on the 2nd. Venus moves into Cancer on the 3rd. Mercury goes retrograde on the 7th. And you have the full moon and the lunar eclipse coming up on the 16th. So this energy is working through a solar illumination of what's going on in your life, and then a release, surrender, and let go for the full moon to make the actual changes. So it's setting a new pathway, a new decision, and a new direction is what's happening at this time. But for you all, your universal first house right now, you have independence, individuality, uniqueness, freedom, self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, in your very self-awareness, your physical body, your personality, your appearance, your view of life, your identification, and your very image. So, I mean, you have every reason to be being recalibrated on every level. Plus, Uranus, which is all of that energy, is speaking directly with Vista, which is only 5 degrees away from it. I don't care. It's still close enough to be bringing that energy in, which is really pushing your soul fire, the home and the hearth of what is you, into this independence. It's definitely into this independence, into this Uranus energy. This is the shock and awe energy. Coming into the very self-awareness, you might be making a complete flip over of yourself in all forms, like shape shifting. Really is what I feel like you're taking on a whole new you, a whole new job, a whole new situation, a whole new you in every aspect of the word word of it for you is what I feel like this really is coming down to. Now, most of your non-moving energies for this month is taking place in your self-motivated energy, your action-oriented energy, your self-assertive energy, your free will to choose to believe in that free will energy. It is both your extroverted and your introverted side. So it is taking place within the outer community, working its way all the way back around through that universal 12th house, through that first house, and all the way more or less down to the 4th house of who and what you are, is what most of these energies are. Now, don't get me wrong, you do have energies going on outside of that. I mean, you have, you know, energies taking place in Sagittarius as well. You know, within these relationships and everything too. So, I mean, abundance is coming in these relationships, whether it's good or bad. I mean, and definitely showing itself. And like I said, this is an illuminating time for you right now. So, it's definitely an illuminating time for you to decide exactly what new road you want to, what road you, let's put it this way. You're really looking at which direction do I want to spend the whole rest of my life. I really feel like that's what I'm getting is yeah, I'm done over here. We're going this way now. Or I'm done over here. We're going this way now. Like, I feel like this isn't a small decisions. What's going on with you is rest of my life situations, because I'm getting on board with me and I'm completely doing a shape-shifting, turn myself around and get myself together and feel good about myself. And that's pretty much exactly what I'm getting from this energy right now, of what I'm picking up from spirit, as well as what I'm getting from astrology. So like I said, it's still so bright. I'm having trouble seeing anything in front of me right now. Alright. Tell me about the energy that Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus is coming into for July. Where are they? Scorpio and Sagittarius. For me, Scorpio is all about the mystery of life. It is life, death, and rebirth. But it's also fertility. Coming with Sagittarius is a brand new fire, a brand new you, but an intelligent one. One that's already been through the ringer. One that already has learned some stuff, but is ready to get the fuck up and go. Because Sagittarius is a busybody. Go, 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 and I'm ready to learn something else, and now I'm bored with that, and let's go, and we're going to do this, and na. And, I mean, just trying to keep up with the Sagittarius is difficult. So, I mean, I feel like it's like a resurrection. Like I said, I feel like it's a resurrection. You're finding the mystery of you, and as you're sifting through that healing, you're coming into a brand new fire with intelligence and some already of learning. So it's like when you landed ahead of everybody else, is what I feel like this is going to be. I feel like if you were running a race and somebody flew you in and just dropped you off in front of everybody else. Like, that's what I feel like this energy is. I mean, you may not feel it right now, because you're going through it, but I do feel like that's what this energy is bringing you to. So you're getting a little bit of a superpower head start. But they are saying this is also Libra energy for you, which does mean balance within the relationships, balance within yourself, because Libra also rules the universal 7th house of the relationships. So this is speaking to you of, is there balance within the relationships? If not, why not? And can it be created or not? And then for yourself, creating that balance, like I said, your 4 or your 1, emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical, is all very important for you to be getting that right, or acknowledging it at this time. Libra also automatically speaks to me of justice, and that's not because of the tarot. That's because when I see Libra, I usually see it as the scales in general, and the balance, and it takes me to the Egyptian way of thinking, of weighing the heart against the feather, and if the heart is too heavy, you automatically fail. So what are you... This is about releasing, surrendering, letting go of all the energies that's weighing you down, so that you can have actual justice and balance in your life. Is there anything else out of these cards right now? No. Okay. I haven't used this deck in a while, but it seems to be the one that's calling. It's my Earth Magic deck. Not Earth Magic. Yeah, it is Earth Magic. It just seemed like I was saying it wrong. I don't consider these to ever be upside down or right side up. I just let them go as whatever they are, because technically they're an oracle deck. So, what does Taurus need to know at this time? Don't be pushed back. Maybe take your time and step back, but don't be pushed back. Your inner shaman is coming through. This is what all these extra energies are. Your inner shaman is trying to connect with you. It is telling you that everything is going to be okay as soon as you start to realize you are part of the oneness. You are part of the oneness. You are part of everything. Your inner shaman is actually trying to help you sort through what is going on. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your higher self. It will help you rise, because now they're like pulling my whole crown off of my head. So it will help you rise to where you need to go. Is there anything else that needed to come out of this deck? Is there anything else that needed to come out of this deck for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Love and compassion. What was I saying right from the beginning? They were saying, speak love. Speak love. And the shaman is the healer. The shaman is the healer. Your inner higher self. Your inner higher self is trying to tell you how to have that compassion and to speak love for yourself and the life you wish to have. Because the green man is coming forward, which to me is speaking of brand new birth. This is like a brand new fertility, a brand new growth, a brand new beginning. It's springtime. It's the coming of the energy. It's when everything's starting to come back into bloom is when the green man wakes back up. So this is the direction that they're telling you need to be going. Seriously? Yes, no? You're confusing me. And I'll have you know, this is the only time this deck has ever been this quick for me. So they definitely wanted this to come out. Have crystal focus. You can't give up on you, and you can't... I don't want to say that any time when you ever give up on yourself, but this is a time of true focus. It's true sticking to your guns. Sticking to what your whole heart and desire wants. This is about finding clarity of yourself and what you want and what you desire and what you need from a soulful level so that you can create it. I can't tell which one. They all went flying right out. That was kind of uncalled for of them. Alright, where's the challenge? The light and shadow deck, which would be getting into the ego. The ego is going to fight the growth. It's going to tell you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough. That's, what did I say? It just as I'm going through it and shuffling. The ego is going to fight you and try to make you believe that you can't accomplish what you want. But you have the eclipses on your sign. So don't give up on yourself. Don't, like I said, I'm not even getting them shuffled before they're popping out. Don't give up on yourself. This is a time to believe in yourself, to know yourself, to truly believe in the heart and soul and listen to your intuition and tap into the higher self. The ego will only question you because it's afraid of change. And you are ready to change. You are meant to change. And everything about you is meant to be shape-shifting because it's helping you move into a better, healthier direction. And taking you in a better way. I'm being given like the sea energy now. And blue, which is courageous, but it's also healing energy. This is healing energy, but like I said, the ego is going to fight it. Maybe I'm not even supposed to be getting cards because, thank you. 7 of Wands. Sometimes you gotta throw out some comments like that, so they throw it out there to you. 7 of Wands speaks to you of Mars energy, courage, valor. Believe in yourself. If you don't have valor right now, and if you don't have help me for a second. If you don't have, sorry, I had to pull out the other cards because the teachers to make sure. If you don't have, what I'm trying to get out is, have some integrity. Have some integrity for yourself, for your life, for what you deserve to have. Because that is going to take you where you need to. And like I said, the ego is going to try to trick you out of it because of being told it. And you're being told right off the bat, courage, Mars, your inner warrior, your inner SWAT team, your inner sacral chakra, and Leo, integrity. Stand for something or you'll fall for anything. This is your challenge. Taurus. What else? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus. Because you are sitting on the Holy Grail. Will you take yourself there? It's the Holy Grail. It's the eternal cup of life. This is renewing your life. Like I said, I feel like this is, I'm making decisions and I'm changing decisions, not just for this month, not just for this job, for the whole rest of my life, is what I feel like this energy is for you. And the Ace of Cups is a brand new emotional beginning, a brand new, fresh, watery start. And as I was just saying that I was seeing water everywhere. Because you can have the Two of Wands, which is desire, beauty. It is purity, honesty, frankness. You can have the softness and the vulnerability. You can hope and wonder for the new beginnings, and you will receive them. Because you just was given the Holy Grail. If you don't get stuck in the Eight of Cups, like I was just saying, the ego's going to fight you on it. Restlessness, uncertainty. It's a steep journey. It's not going to be an easy overcoming these two eclipses. But as you overcome these two eclipses and you get to that Lion's Gate, it's going to be a whole nother level. This is Saturn energy, rules, walls, and boundaries, sticking to your guns. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. And this is saying it's not going to be easy, but you can have that Ace of Cups. But you also will be doing the work to make sure you get them. And as long as you do, you have the Three of Pentacles, which will bring it into tangible reality, which is saying pride for doing the hard work, pride for doing the good job. You're making the progress. You're moving forward. It's the building blocks to gain the wealth that you're trying to gain. So stick to your guns, babies. That's all I gotta say. Stick to your guns and just keep telling yourself, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Have integrity, and don't let that ego try to tell you that you're not capable of it, you're not worthy of it, because you are. I'm just looking back there to find out which decks I'm supposed to talk to you with. Taurus. What does Taurus need to hear to end this reading for them? Because it sounds like it's very beautiful energy, but you are definitely going to be doing your inner work as you come through it. Let love be your motivation for action. Right from the beginning, the very first thing Spirit was saying is, speak love. Speak love for yourself, for the life you want. No more negative talking. It's like I was saying something to somebody the other day. All right, look, we all have moments where, the shit hits the fan, or you have those days. And sometimes you need to be able to communicate with somebody and let that out. But there's a difference between releasing the energy, letting it out, versus that's all you ever talk about. You can't be positive 24 hours a day. You just can't. But You release it. You let it out. You acknowledge what you're hearing yourself say. You let it go. There's a difference when you, every single day, just maintain and hold on to the negative. Hold on to the things that feel like they're holding you down and talk them. The more you talk them, the more the universe is going to bring them to you. This is why Spirit is saying, speak love. Is there anything else here? No. Is there anything here for Taurus as like a final comment for the reading? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Taurus signs. Is there anything here to finish Taurus off for this reading for July 1st through the 15th? Sun Goddess. This is conscious spirit. Yeah, conscious spirit night. I celebrate each sunrise and recognize the healing energy of the sun each and every day. Start off with gratitude every day and the healing that you have and the ability that you have to still continue to heal. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the second half of the month. Bye. Please subscribe too if you really, really like the videos. Bye.